Welcome to your first Flowlab class, and this is building your first simple game. So why choose Flowlab compared to maybe other game engines out there? But before I answer that, maybe let's see the process of where you are. So let's imagine this is your journey of gaming. Okay, so you probably have a gaming interest, right? So you enjoy playing games, or you want to learn more about video games in general. Okay, so you then go to an online class, or you might go to college or university. You might gain qualifications. It's entirely up to you. Then once you've done that, you'll probably want to continue your hobby, or maybe actually get a career in video gaming. It's entirely up to you how you want to go on this. You might, I don't know what point you are. You're probably at this point here, I imagine, but some of you might already be having this hobby and you want to know a little bit about Flowlabs. What I suggest that Flowlab does a little bit of an introduction before education, because it's very visual. So for myself, I'm a very visual person. I'm a graphic designer, and while I would love to learn how to do code, and I'm sure I will at some point, Flowlab is a really good introduction because it uses nodes, blocks to connect the code and the functionality together. It's important to note that other game engines like Unity, Unreal, and Godot also have nodes. Okay, so they're also able to add these blocks together. But compared to Flowlab, it's very more simple. It's very simple compared to the other ones. And also it can be a little bit daunting. Okay, so what I suggest is that people who actually want to get into the gaming world and actually make games, to use Flowlab first, because, well, if you're not too sure where to start, it's a great step. So let's go through the class overview on what you're going to be learning, because I think it's very important that when you take a class, that you know what the steps are going to be for your end goal. So this is our simple clicker game. So what we want to do is, once we click these targets, okay, it's going to start a timer, and then once it all goes down to 0, we want to play again. Okay, so first we're going to create the targets. Okay, and once you click them, they're going to get destroyed. We're going to have some instructions for the player. Okay, so here it says instructions to play, that turns into a timer. This counts the amount of targets there are. We're going to have this make sure that it accounts automatically. So if you want to do other levels, it will do it for you, so you don't have to do it manually. This little thing out here is the brain, or the functions of the game. Okay, so this little box here, the little blue box, is the gaming window, and then everything outside where it's grey is still in the game, but the player can't see it. Okay, and then this bit here, play again, we want this to appear and have the option for the person to play again afterwards, so they can keep on playing the game, see if they can beat their time. We're going to be adding some features to the game once we've done all of this. So we might want to add some loss conditions, or we want to maybe add a different level or anything like that. Quite happy for you to start experimenting at this stage. And then once we've done that, I definitely want you to experiment. Okay, so after we've done the features on this bit, I want you to definitely start to expand and add some own features, and then share it for the rest of other people to see what you've done. So let's get started. So I recommend that you use the free account on Flowlab. Okay, you can, if you want, get a student account. There will be a link in the class description, and that will take you to a website, and it'll just have a bit more of a rundown on how that works. But if I'm completely honest, you could just create a free account on Flowlab. Again, just click on the link to see how to actually do that. We're only going to be creating 4 objects. You get a maximum of 50 if you get a free account. We're going to be creating 3 levels. You get a maximum of 5 on the free account. And because it's a single game, so first game, it's going to be 1. For a free account, you only get a maximum of 3. You can delete them, and then obviously that goes down. Levels and objects don't transfer into different games. Okay, so you can have a maximum of 50 for each game, And again, for levels, you can have a maximum of 5 for each game. But the game is the only one where, obviously, if you create 3 games, that's it, you can't create them all. You have to delete one. So with that being said, let's get started.